Good morning, everyone. This is Jeffy Kennedy, author of fantasy romance and romantic fantasy. I'm here with my first very full cup of coffee. It's also really hot. I had a little bit of I don't know, what's the word that I want? Mishap. Maybe mishap. First of all, I should say today is Friday. Hey! Glad to have this week almost done. May 28th. So, Memorial weekend here in the US. A lot of you have Monday off. I am looking forward to having Monday be non distraction workday. So I hesitate to use word mishap too, because that's the word that the military, well, certainly the Air Force, U.S. Air Force, uses for, and Raven going overhead. Raven does not approve either. My father's death was a mishap, a mishap. So it's where someone dies, but it's through no assigned fault. They call it a mishap. So that's what I would normally call what happened with my coffee this morning. Not nearly on the same scale, however. I forgot to put the spinner, or the spinner was not in my frother. And so the milk got super hot and non frothy. All it did was sit there and kind of boil. My sister in law and brother in law who've been staying with us this week, she's been really great about doing dishes, loading and unloading the dishwasher and everything, but she doesn't know my exact order of things. And so, yeah, when I am making my coffee, I did not think to check to make sure that the spinner was inside the frother cup. Oh, it's still really hot. I should probably let it sit. My rose is about to bloom. I should get a picture of it because it's really pretty. Sorry that the photo of the clematis blossoms were not great yesterday. I was in that full sun and it's hard to get a good photo of it. But some are good, some are not. That's the way the cookie bounces, right? So, so yeah, our guests are staying one more night. Probably hoping to leave pretty early tomorrow morning. I think they're shooting to leave by 6 and make the whole drive all the way back up to northern Wyoming. We never made it to Chimayo yesterday, but we had a lovely afternoon sitting on the patio at Cowgirl, drinking, had some wine. We had kind of a late lunch. The golfing ended up taking a long time, and we had a screw in the tire, had to deal with that. So, but I did get 1,500 words written on Bright Familiar yesterday. So that actually felt pretty good. It still took me I had to cut the last one short because of the screw in the tire incident. And Rhonda and my sister in law, had to go get the guys. But I did get in 2 hours and 40 minutes of work. And it was good to be working with Dorinda again. She was really happy to have me there. She had been fully confessed to being like the kid who, as soon as the teacher leaves the classroom, begins cutting up. She did not get anything done while was gone for those 3 days. So we are going to have to come up with something for times when I am gone, now that it's actually possible for me to be gone again. But I'm hoping to get a good solid 3 hours today. Um, we'll see if I can. I'm going to do the thing where I'm just going to send the first part of the book to the beta readers and let them start reading it and figure out the ending. Let them read the ending late. I think it'll work out that way. I don't think I need to go back and revise. I'm pretty committed on this book now. I'm very excited because I have officially eclipsed the number of pre orders I'm right familiar. I have more pre-orders for that book than any other book I've had on pre-order. It's pretty exciting, huh? The highest number before this had been for the Tides of Bara. For those of you who love Sorceress Moons, Tides of Bara was the high number before this for solo efforts. The three anthologies that I've helped coordinate and that I put up for pre-order, those are all kind of a whole nother, I want to say saltation, but that's an evolutionary term. Um, and it's not really a level of magnitude, but it is a significant gap up to that next level. So it would be cool. The lowest one of those was Under a Winter Sky, for whatever reason. It's gone down each time. We had the most for Amid the Winter Snow, and then the second most pre-orders for Seasons of Sorcery, and then for Under a Winter Sky. So it would be cool if I could beat the Under a Winter Sky pre-orders, especially since I'm reasonably sure that I will make the publication deadline. So let's see, what else do I have to tell you guys? Well, sort of, that getting back into writing yesterday, I think is always instructive. And I really do try to pay attention to my own process and just how my mind works, my creative mind, which I feel like is a slightly separate part of myself. It's a different muscle than I use for anything else. And I think part of why I try to pay attention to what I do there is I feel like it's helpful when I'm trying to explain to other writers how I do what I do and about building a writing habit and how that works. Um, because I really notice that, like, after being no writing for 5 days, not since the previous Friday, and having release day and doing all kinds of social media, that I have what I think of as social media brain. And it doesn't take long to get social media brain, but I find that I am not nearly so good at concentrating on the book. And when I am really in the flow of drafting, when I do my hour-long writing effort, I am immersed. I am totally immersed in that full hour. I'm thinking only about the story. I write, and that's why I can sometimes get like 1,400 words in that hour because I don't take my attention away from it. When I have social media brain, I um, keep bouncing out, and I actually break down sometimes and even go to look at Facebook and Twitter, and then I like, what the fuck are you doing, Jeffrey? Why are you doing that? Bluebird nearly came flying in here and chirped in surprise when he saw me. Now they go over on the bird bath, the big cement bird bath, Mom, the one I brought from Laramie. I filled that up yesterday. I also put the sprinkler on the garden yesterday, which I don't usually do. I think, did I say this yesterday? Sprinklers aren't all that effective for us here in the desert. The drip system works much better, but I have yet to set up the drip system. Really hoping to get that done tomorrow. Although we are supposed to have kind of a stormy day tomorrow. It's supposed to get rain, but I'm hoping that's not till afternoon. Should actually look. Let's just see. Excuse my big hand. Let's see what the weather says. Let's see, today is supposed to be cooler than yesterday. Here's the 10-day forecast. There we go. Well, it looks like so many ads. Tomorrow's going to be partly cloudy, but high of 83. And this is showing thunderstorms in the PM on Sunday, high of 73. So I think I should have the opportunity to do some gardening. I'm going to just try to stay offline. That's a good cure for social media brain, is just to stay off the computer full stop. and that kind of lets your neurons reset. I do think that this is a very real thing, and the studies have shown that it's a real thing, that they can measure the difference in our brain activity depending on what we've been doing. So those of you who are readers might have read some of the uh, I guess they're studies, yeah, studies where people have looked at people who are reading and found that, for instance, if you're reading about someone running, that it fires in your brain the same areas that light up when you are physically running, which I think is really cool. So I'm keep thinking, I'm fussing with my hair, and I'm thinking that I haven't done earrings yet. Aren't these fun earrings? I love these earrings, but I'll finish my train of thought first. So, it's I don't know what kind of brainwaves I'm in when I'm in that flow of the story, but I know it's very different than when I'm doing a lot of social media or even when I'm doing other activities like, hello, hummingbird. I need to put, yeah, hummingbird is telling me that she needs her feeder refilled, fresh nectar. Maybe I'll get to that this morning because I have to clean them too. It's not a matter of just pouring more dope in there. Um, See, I'm a little distracted. Can you tell? A little distractible. I don't. Well, I do that a lot on here, don't I? So anyway, even if I've been doing other things like crunching royalty numbers or dealing with emails or any of that stuff, it's a different brain than writer brain, and that's one reason why. And I know it doesn't work for everyone, and not everyone agrees with me. A lot of writers say they like to write at night, and I understand why. But for me, one reason why I like to write first thing, almost first thing, like third thing, is because my brain hasn't gone into doing other things. And that makes such a huge difference. I just think that trying to get back to that concentrated writer brain after putting your brain through other stuff, it doesn't like coming back out of those other modes. Now, I think that if you spend your day doing running kids around and all that kind of thing, and then right at night, maybe that's an easier transition. I just think it's really hard if you've been working your day job all day long, because at least for me, and maybe you guys are better at this than I am, but if I was when I was working my day job, or if I'm doing the business side of writing, once I get my brain in that mode, it's very difficult to pry it back to the creative mode. Now we'll see with oh shoot! Now I forgot my code for it. Did I call it Project V? Secret Project V, where we're going to be trying writing in the evenings on that. Then uh, I did find that I could write that Tuesday evening, the one evening we did it. And now that I'm back, we'll try to get back into it next week because that would be good. I would like to continue with that effort because I don't believe Dorinda's been working on that either while the teacher has been out of the classroom. Uh, she doesn't always watch my podcast. We'll have to make sure she watches this one so she'll know I publicly shamed her. So, so yeah, I mean, I think that I always make the joke about it not being picking cotton, but at the same time, writing does use a very particular set of muscles. And I think it is just like anything where you train yourself to be a high performing athlete and you come into it and you've been working at a particular level and you take some time off, then you have to find the place. You have to come back to it and find that place where you break into it slowly and you treat yourself well so that you don't expect that like immediate performance right off the bat, as it were. So many sports metaphors. All right, earrings. So these are really fun earrings that a friend of mine gave me when I lived back in Laramie. I'd given her some kind of gift, and she wanted to give me something in kind. But for those of you not on video, they are gold danglies. I do not have many gold danglies, right? But these are uber danglies. They are as long as my middle finger dangly, and I have long fingers. They have simple hooks at the end, and then a little gold cone, and then several strands. How many strands? Five strands of what we used to call liquid gold. You know, kind of those long rectangular, I don't know, tubular beads that form a long chain, and then occasional round gold beads in between. And then one of the strands near the bottom has a chunk of unpolished amber. That's how amber looks when it's not polished. It kind of looks like an interesting goldish rock with some white burnished parts. And she told me how she went to the jewelry store and said that she needed long earrings for someone with very long, full, glamorous hair. Here's the other chunk of unrefined amber. Pretty cool, huh? So, um, so yeah, I even had made a sticky note that said social media brain. So I'd remember to talk to you guys about that. And now I'm going to go in and I am going to get to work. So it'd be nice if I got a nice chunk of words today before we head up to Chimayo this afternoon. And then I'm looking forward to a restful weekend. Um, Definitely some good time to unplug. So I hope that you all have an opportunity to reset your brains. Treat yourself like the athlete that you are. If you are whatever you are trying to do, I feel like any of our efforts, we should appreciate ourselves as doing the very best possible job at what we're doing, right? That's, I don't believe in comparisons. I don't like competition. Comparisons are invidious, but making what you do be the best that it can be. That brings you the maximum amount of satisfaction and pleasure, and constantly trying to up your personal best. I think that as human beings, we crave that. I think we enjoy that. So I wish that for you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I will be here on Monday. So you guys might be off at the lake or whatever. If you are, have a wonderful time. And I will talk to you on Monday, whether I'm talking to myself or not. You all take care. Bye bye. Oh, I'll remind you, First Cup of Coffee is part of the Frolic Media Podcast Network, and you will find more podcasts you love at frolic.media/podcasts. Almost forgot. Okay, now you all take care. Bye bye.